What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So I told you guys last night, before the news officially broke, that Al Haymon had big plans up his sleeve, and I gave you a preview. And they announced today that another fight being added to what I mentioned to you guys last night is Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson in a unification 140-pound junior welterweight bout the very following month after Keith Thurman versus Robert Guerrero with Adrian Broner and John Molina on undercard. Now, I told you, I don't know if you guys got the feeling, but last video when I was talking about this, I was excited. This is huge. This is big news for the sport of boxing. Now, check my channel for the Al Haymon video I'm about to produce. I'm about to do it next. I gotta, it's basically gonna be like a rant video because I'm already hearing the excuses. People who, like, can't admit defeat. Al Haymon, they wanted him to be the devil so bad, and they cannot admit that he actually did something that was good and positive and beneficial for the sport of boxing, and the excuses are already coming through. Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson is a good fight. And the funny thing about boxing fans, or so-called boxing fans, is this. You could have matches that Al Haymon has actually produced, and they're already done deals, right? Last year, people were complaining that we weren't getting these matches. Now the matches are made, and they're still complaining. Here's my case in point. John Molina released a diss record towards Adrian Broner before he took an L to Humberto Soto. Shout out to my dude Billy D for providing the vocals for that. So it was a Broner diss. It got some, made some noise, and people were like, "Yeah, that's a good ass fight." I even made videos about it. I was like, Broner versus Molina, good fight. See where Broner's head is after the Maidana loss. We know that Broner had struggled with Maidana, so another aggressive guy with power, how is he going to look? You know what I'm saying? Because as far as I'm concerned, Broner versus Molina carries more power at 140 than Emmanuel Taylor and Carlos Molina. Easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good fight. People wanted a fight. Now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I'm not impressed. Because Molina lost. You know what I'm saying? Broner lost recently, too. So it's still a good fight. Then you look at Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson. They were on the same card together. Lamont Peterson faced a drug dealer, Edgar Santana. Huh? Okay. And Danny Garcia fought Rod Salka, which was some bullshit. Both bullshit matches. I'd never take that away. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. I'll call it straight down the middle. Those were bullshit. That whole card was bullshit. I watched it, being a boxing fan, and reporting on this shit. But it was horrible. It was bullshit. Fights we didn't want to see. Now people were saying, or at the time, they were saying, oh, I want to see Danny Garcia. Why won't he fight Lamont Peterson? He's a bitch. He's a pussy. He's cherry picker. Now we're getting that fight, and people are still complaining. And now the most you could say for the Broner-Molina situation is Molina lost to Humberto Soto on the Mayweather undercard. So, I mean, if that's your point for not wanting to see it, but again, to rebuttal that, that's easy. He had Broner, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't proven that he's elite. He had a life and death competitive fight with Emmanuel Taylor, who was outboxed by Chris Algieri, right? And then before that, he beat Carlos Molina, a guy with no power that Amir Khan beat better. And before that, he lost to Maidana. And then before that, he fought Paulie Malignaggi, and some people thought Malignaggi won. Me personally, it was a close fight, but I gave it to Broner because he picked up the pace halfway through. But you can make an argument for Paulie Malignaggi. So again, Broner hasn't had like a spectacular performance in my book. I'm talking about spectacular from start to finish, like a dominant performance, really since Antonio DeMarco. So this is a guy that's in his league, and this is an action fight. And then Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson, they're both champions. Nothing's changed. So for the alleged boxing fans to be mad at these matches, it's retarded. Same thing with Keith Thurman. Let me save the rest of this for the Al Haymon video because I want to talk about this in detail. But Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson is a good fucking fight. It's a unification fight. They're both champions at 140. I don't know if you guys put things into perspective, people who are leaving these dumbass comments, but look, you got to look at it like this. Danny Garcia is a lineal champion. Lamont Peterson has a belt. I agree Lamont Peterson shouldn't have the belt because Lucas Matisse beat him, and the belt was not up for grabs at the time because of a dumbass catch weight that they imposed. So, needless to say, he's still the champion. So, again, putting it in perspective, if Garcia beats Lamont Peterson, vice versa, if Peterson beats Garcia, they will be the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. You know what I mean? They'll have all the belts, basically. You know what I mean? All the belts that mean a damn. That's big. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time we had an undisputed champion where they just like were the conqueror? You know what I mean? So I think it's big, man. And the fact that it's going to be on prime time regular cable. My mom watches regular cable. So she don't know shit about boxing. Roger Mayweather voice. She knows of Mayweather and Pacquiao, but she's not going to know who no fucking John Molina or anybody like that is. So this gives the opportunity for other people to see and enjoy and contribute to the sport we all love. And the more the merrier. Some people are like, oh, I hate casual fans. I mean, I hate casual fans too when they act like, I don't even care about casual. If you're a casual fan, that's cool. But the thing I don't like is when casual fans try to act like hardcore boxing fans and you know they don't know their shit. That's the only thing that bothers me. But again, it's the more the merrier. It's still more eyes, more spotlight on the sport that we all allegedly love. So Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson is a good fight. And the people that are saying that Lamont Peterson is going to get dogged and destroyed, it's boxing. It could happen. But I think this is a great fight. And I think you're grossly underestimating Lamont Peterson if that's what you feel. Lamont Peterson, he looked good against Thierry Jean. He looked good against Kendall Holt after the first couple rounds. He ended up getting the stoppage in that fight. I think he has a sharp defense. He shows heart. Danny Garcia shows heart. Lamont Peterson has been knocked down before by Amir Khan. He's been knocked down with Victor Ortiz. But you gotta put it in perspective, like I always say. In the Victor Ortiz fight, he came back and fought to a draw in a fight that he got dropped. You know what I mean? So it shows you that the guy has heart. Even in the Lucas Matisse fight, I mean, he got TKO'd. He didn't get like knocked out like Mike Dallas Jr. You know what I mean? And Lucas is a big puncher, so we already know how that goes. So I think it's a good fight. It's a hell of a fight. It's a meaningful fight, and it's going to be on regular TV. Drop me a comment. Check out that Al Haymon video. I'm going to be dropping that soon, and I really got to speak my mind, get some things off my chest. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson. That's really all I got to say. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off.